All right, sorry guys. No sound. Anyway, my name's John Gale. I'm a freelance translator and Japanese language instructor, and I'm working to start a company to make Japanese language educational apps and video games. One of the things, if somebody starts studying Japanese, the very first thing they have to do is learn the basic character set. So this is the first character set called Hiragana in Japanese, and there's 46 characters, so that can be daunting for a lot of people. My idea is to make games designed around the characters to help people with their memorization. This is just a block breaker game I'm calling Hiragana Breaker, where we have the 46 characters here and we can choose the first one, the game, it's just like an Arkanoid clone, a block breaker game. You can't hear the sound of the music, but as you break the blocks, you would hear a Japanese native speaker say, each time you break a block. So that's why it's so unfortunate there's no sound. But the idea is to give someone a way to experience the character outside of study, outside of just writing it over and over again, to give them something to help them remember it. And when Christopher asked me about an hour and a half ago if I'd give a talk, I didn't really have an idea, but what I thought I'd talk about is I just did an event a few weeks ago at the Nashville Cherry Blossom Festival. Which is, some people went, like Peyton and Megan and Corey. I saw you guys there. Thanks so much for coming out to the booth. Here's a picture of sort of what I had going on. It's not a great quality picture, so it'll be kind of pixelated. But the idea was to, have a PC with a monitor and speakers, and also Kindle Fire, and let people play the game. But the idea behind it too is also to be doing live game design in front of people. So John West is over here, and what you can't see in the picture is he's got a 32-inch television in front of him with Unity up, showing people how we're working on the game. And as people were playing the game, they would say, oh, it's too hard, the paddle's too small. Things like that, we could make those changes right in front of them. So we enlarged the paddle. We fixed some bugs with the ball would have a problem where it would slow down, and we were able to fix those bugs right in front of people. So I guess I thought I would talk about how that went, and if anyone were interested in the same idea to promote your game at an event, a convention, or anything like that, some things to think about. So the first thing that I never really thought about, but that was so obvious when we got here, is that in an outdoor event, the televisions and the device screens were really hard to see. Even if we had the brightness all the way up or all the way down, or if we pulled the devices back into the shadow of the tent. So it's definitely better to be doing an indoor event. That's what I'm planning to do starting in the fall, start going to anime conventions and things like that, mostly indoor events. One thing that another exhibitor did was they had a small cardboard sort of shade over their TV, but it still didn't really help with the outdoor event. Another thing is I didn't really plan on bringing the 32-inch TV at first. I just had it for a separate function, but that was really bringing people in. John set up the game so that it would autoplay itself. And if people were walking by and Unity was up and there was a bunch of code, nobody really knew what that was. So people would just walk on. But if it were just the game sort of playing itself, people would be like, hey, what's this? And they would kind of stop and ask questions. They'd be like, we're designing a game, come play it. All right, that's so cool. And people thought it was so awesome we were doing game design at a festival. But one problem with that too is if we had the exe file just running the demo mode and we split the display so that John could work and on the TV would just be the secondary display of the game running itself, anytime he clicked on anything, Finder or Unity or anything, the exe file would pause. But what we found out is that a video won't pause. So the solution for me going forward is to have a video of gameplay, record that, have that playing on the secondary screen on the TV while I'm still working in Unity here on my screen. And then if people say, hey, what's going on? Or we want to show them something in Unity, then we could pause the video and switch the display right here really easily and sort of show them a little bit about what's going on with the game design. We got a lot of great feedback, things that I would have never thought of for improving the game. So it was definitely worth it to go ahead and get that user feedback when it's still kind of in the prototype stage like this. And that's about all I had for my lightning talk. Are there any questions about any of this? Yeah.
Actually, suggestion.
Yes, please.
You can have the Unity games run in the background under the player settings. I think it's under the other tab. You can actually check a box. It's called Run in the Background, and the game actually is not focused on.
So here
There's a checkbox that says Run in the Background. Yes, it is not.
It wouldn't be under iOS, that would be under PC Mac.
it'd be under PC Mac. Have to switch the platform, which might take a minute. So in the build settings, player settings,
You'll see it right
Yeah,
there.
it's under
Okay.
the resolution.
Third option.
running background.
Yeah.
Okay. Option.
Also in iOS, it's actually called something like suspend.
Uh-huh.
You can uncheck that if you want to actually run in the background, but that's generally a bad idea with mobile.
It's a bad idea to.
iOS. iOS.
Okay.
To have, it's not running in the background for iOS, it's actually running. There's a setting that says like if focus is lost, it's something like suspend, something like that. But yeah.
Take it. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Still in the
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, you all can play the game on my website, johnsensei.com. There's 20 levels of it available up there. And I've got my cards if you
Don't
don't
unplug it.
remember that. Yeah.